Going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about some beginner niche, what I would consider some entry-level niche fragrances to really elevate your collection. If you're looking to dip your toe into some slightly more expensive, higher quality offerings without spending a lot of money, nothing that's super challenging, stuff that's pretty easily approachable, mass appealing stuff with maybe some extra nuance that, you know, not your typical designer smells, but also not some crazy challenging artistic stuff either. So I've got a collection of 10 that I think will do the trick. I want to discuss them with you, so stay tuned. We got to start with something from the house of Mancera. I'm a big fan of the variety that you can get from the brand, especially with the affordability from discounters. And one of their newer releases, Cosmic Pepper, I think is a great offering to check out because it offers relatability to an extremely popular mass appealing fragrance in Chanel L'Homme Sport. But here, it's intensified with peppers. The name's Cosmic Pepper for a reason. Black pepper, pink pepper, I believe is the pepper combo at the top. And it's not over the top crazy spicy, but it is a spicier profile over that slightly more aquatic, vanillic, floral, citric profile of Chanel L'Homme Sport. If you've ever smelled that one, you've smelled this plus some pepper, and the quality's a little bit higher. It's not as chemically synthetic. Again, not the most natural smelling fragrance, but when you compare the two, this does smell a little bit higher quality. Great performer. Can be found for under $100 at this point for a big 120 milliliter bottle. Still offers that high complement factor DNA where the probability definitely goes up, kind of like Chanel L'Homme Sport is, but with a little more nuance to it. It's Mancera's Cosmic Pepper. Some profiles that are really popular: Nishane's Ani, the woody vanilla in that one. Mancera's Cedrapoise, the woody fruity smell of that one. Aventus, just all the fruitiness and smokiness of that. Different profiles like this, if you were to kind of like mix all of them together, you could get Electimuss Imperium. This is extremely popular, pretty affordable too, low $100 price point. We'll get you this big 100 milliliter bottle, and you get better quality than you can expect from designers, with a relatable blend of popular profiles and nuances. Again, citruses, fruits, woods, vanilla. There's a little hint of some fresh spice, but it's not really all that spicy of a fragrance. Man, this stuff smells really good. Another one, high complement factor, high level versatility. It's sweet, but not over the top sweet like some of these designer modern men's fragrances that are just super sweet and heavily synthetic. It's not that type of stuff. You do have a creamy vanilla here that's present that does dominate the sweetness with some other fruity notes, but again, not over the top sweet. This does offer a little bit more of a masculine tone than some of those men's fragrances from designers. I would highly encourage checking this one out. If you want to step your game up, check out Imperium from Electimuss. Let's say you like the Sauvage type of fragrances and you don't want to go too far out of that realm, but you want to step things up just a little bit. Something that offers a lot higher ingredients with a similar profile would be Kajal Ferris. So here it has kind of that metallic tone from the way the lavender comes across. It does have a fresh cut lavender smell. Spicy green aromatic, doesn't have loads of sweetness. It's undeniable. Side by side, this does smell like a higher quality niche take on Sauvage. It's not all that metallic and over the top synthetic and chemical smelling. It's not just a shower gel fragrance, but it does offer a lot of similar nuance. The profile is definitely, you know, not one-to-one, but birds of a feather. They definitely smell very similar. But the clear difference here is the quality, great performance. It's just an easy way to kind of make a slightly better than parallel move, because the profile is so similar, but a little bit above that because the quality is just, to me, far superior. You can get this one for decent prices from discounters online at this point. You don't have to just get it from the brand, and it's in that $100 realm of price point. A lot of affordability for the most part of what we're talking about here today. And this is one that, again, not a crazy step up because the profile is so relatable, but you do upgrade your quality and you definitely still get some joy out of it. It's Kajal Ferris. One that gets a lot of love for its versatility, its likability. It's a very masculine tone. It's, you know, past meets present with the way this profile is, because you have juicy citrus, nice and minty, creamy, aromatic, And you have a little bit of muskiness. You have some ambroxan here that gives a little bit of that shower gel feel. We're talking Parfums de Marly Sedley. This is, like I said, vintage, citrus aromatic fougere style, meets more of a modern blue fragrance in many ways. The quality here is pretty good, even though it's got a bunch of synthetics. It's, decent quality synthetics. Even there are levels to ambroxan, even, believe it or not. It's such a beautiful fragrance, and you'd be surprised how long this lasts, how well this lingers in trails when you're walking. 7-8 hours into the life of this fragrance, I've gotten compliments in the past. I know friends that have had the same situation, because even though your nose may go a little blind to it and desensitize, doesn't mean others around you can't smell you. This is a great, highly versatile fragrance. Niche blue, the color's very fitting. Mass appealing stuff, super easy to like, but definitely a cut above what you could expect from designer blue fragrances for sure. Again, that's Parfums de Marly Sedley. Now, a brand you may not be familiar with, and you can get this one in the mid to low $100 price point, while getting a very familiar profile, just the top tier version of said profile. This is from a brand called Arabian Oud. This is Arabian Night Silver. So Arabian Night Silver offers a similar profile to fragrances like Rocha Sloan, Dolce & Gabbana K, Coach Open Road. Not exactly one-to-one with all of those, but of that same vein, aromatic, sweet floral, geranium kind of smell that's not really all that minty. Woods, greens, citruses. Just a great everyday masculine wear. No challenge here. You don't have to worry about ouds and heavy resins or anything like that. Super earthy tones. Just highly approachable. Very good quality. Great performing. Not over the top expensive. Definitely smells a cut or two above what you could expect from designers, with that, ease of wear that a lot of designer fragrances offer. This is something that's maybe worth looking into for you guys. It's not the average recommendation for this particular topic, and I thought it really suited the video, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. So maybe you get a sample and try it, because this might be that specific fragrance that you're looking for out of a top video topic like this. Again, that's Arabian Night Silver from Arabian Oud. Now here's one that offers some relatability to super popular fragrances like Roger Parfums Elysium, while still kind of maintaining its own thing. There's this green ivy leaf note, nice woody tone, but you get some beautiful grapefruit freshness. This is actually really good. I myself haven't worn it in a little while. This is from Paradis Sens. This is called Eden. Eden, again, in the vein of an Elysium, not as synthetic and metallic as Elysium smells, at least the Parfum Cologne. Oh man, it has this fresh freesia floral-like smell to it, which I don't even remember too many florals, or if any, being in this profile, but that's how it comes across to me. Very fresh, light white floral smell with grapefruit citrus. Again, that ivy note gives this fresh green, slightly woodsy tone to it. It's nice and musky and clean. It's not an aggressive fragrance. And when I say a softer profile, I don't mean a weak profile. It's just very smooth, well-rounded, and laid back. A great everyday wear, highly complimented type of DNA. Again, no guarantees. It's just the probability goes higher when you're wearing fragrances that smell of this type of profile. Just a really good fragrance that not too many people know about. It's Paradis Sens Eden. At the recording of this yesterday, I was actually asked, what do I recommend is the first Nishane fragrance to start with? And I think this is just a very approachable fragrance that I think most people can get joy out of. It really fits this topic. It just so happened I got asked about it yesterday. Is Nishane's Wulong Cha. Very unisex fragrance. The fig here is not very bitter or super juicy, but you still get a nice fresh green oolong tea note. It's watery and fresh, bright, zingy type of citrus. It's soft, woody, and clean musk. Just all around has some decent nuance. It's not super high quality smelling, but not very chemically synthetic and unnatural either. Kind of falls somewhere in between. 8+ hours longevity, projects really well. Again, everybody can wear this one. This is very much a couple's fragrance where you and your lady can both enjoy this fragrance. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. A great dip your toe into the brand type of fragrance that, I still consider entry-level niche for sure, because again, offers no challenge, but a lot of joy and really good performance for not over-the-top money. Low 100s will get you a 50 ml like this bottle. And that's Nishane's Wulong Cha. Very, very tropical. My favorite fragrance from this independent brand. Super high quality stuff. If you like mango and papaya, you're in for a treat. with day 3 fragrances Bani. This is my personal favorite from the brand. Very natural smell. It's more papaya than it is mango. So it's not over the top sweet and fruity, but it is there. You do have a slight peppered fruit smell to this one. Nice and woody tones. It's juicy at the same time. Literally made my mouth water whenever I gave it that first sniff. Performance is ridiculous for how fresh of a fragrance this actually is. I forgot exactly the oil concentration. It is an eau de parfum, so it's, I would say, probably around 20%. I think would be a safe assumption. It's going to be in that range. And it performs as such. It manages to have some brightness and some really good sillage without being a room-filling screamer off the skin early on, but very present, very smooth and well-rounded, and so enjoyable. It's a tropical fruit-based fragrance. It's really hard to not like this one. It is my main recommendation from this house. Again, this is Day 3 Fragrances, Bani. Another independent luxury house using upper-tier oils. You're going to pay a little bit more for this one. This one's in the higher 100s range, if I remember correctly. And this is my favorite of the current 3 offerings from this brand. It's very approachable. It's the least challenging of their 3 fragrances. This is from Maison. This is Silent Night. So Silent Night offers this rich plum smell with a cedar wood that's not that cheap, sharp, you know, garbage cedar oil stuff. Like, I believe it's a Virginia cedar that they use here. Quality smelling woody tone. Soft white floral. You do get a nice tone of spice here. It's a spiced woody fruity fragrance. And it's not that like artificial plum. I don't know how natural the plum in here actually is, but it doesn't smell as artificial as something like the plum in Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky, for example, which smells great. But when you compare the two, this is a slightly riper type of smell to the plum. It's more photorealistic, I find, to what it smells like when you actually bite into a plum versus something like 1 Million Lucky. This is just a delight to wear. It really is. Very approachable, not a basic scent profile, but not a challenging profile. It doesn't remind me of any other fragrance, so, you know, somewhat of a uniqueness is definitely here. I'm not saying there's nothing else in the world that resembles it. I've just never smelled anything else like it. Performance is stellar. It's an extrait de parfum. It is a high level concentration. It's at minimum 25%. I don't know the exact concentration, but it lasts a really long time. This is another one, has a little bit of a masculine lean to it, but I really think anybody can wear it. I think it rides the line of unisex with a little bit of a masculine lean. It's definitely the highlight of the house for me. It's Maison Silent Night. And last but not least is one of the newest releases from Sphinx Fragrance. We're back to independent luxury fragrances here. These last 3, some of my favorite independent fragrances out there. And while it's not their newest one, it's their second most recent release, I think. Cairo Nights from Sphinx Fragrances. So this one continues to impress me. It's a fresh, powdered, semi-floral vanilla. You know, just a little bit of florals here, vanilla, and the ambergris note here dries into this very aquatic, slightly musky smell as it dries. Like, it still surprises me every time I've worn it that it becomes so aquatic in the dry down. It's very, very odd. Beautiful stuff, too. It's not over-the-top sweet, but it's this powdered vanilla, fresh floral smell. A little bit of woods here. I don't really get any citruses and fruits. I don't remember if they're even in the notes. I'm sure something is. Not a real lactonic and juicy type of fragrance. It's, you know, a little dry, a little powdery, but man, as it gets to dry down, it changes greatly. That's where it becomes aquatic and more watery. It's very much a strong 2-stage difference from what you get early to what you get later. With phenomenal performances, another one's an extrait de parfum. It's above 25%. I don't know the exact concentration, but this is definitely one of their best releases, most approachable as well. Very easy to like, as long as you don't mind a powdery nuance. That's going to be the only thing that could potentially be a challenge for some, I think, because not everybody likes powdery fragrances. They don't want to smell like baby powder, as it's known. But I really like this one. I couldn't help it. I wanted to include something from Sphinx because they got such great offerings. And this has kind of been my reach. This has been the one I've been looking forward to wearing that I have been spraying on skin as of late. So I felt it was only right. So there's a lot of other really good offerings from the house that I would consider easier to approach. Maybe not all that challenging, but they do have some stuff that I would consider not beginner level either. But this is one worth looking into. You can get samples from their website. Sphinx Fragrance Cairo Nights. Well, That's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Of these 10, have you tried any of these? And what do you think about them, if so? I'll try to have links down below for everything as best I can. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.